Hello, my friends. I'm here again with my awesome buddy, Dr. Rick Brinkman. You know who he is. He's the author, co-author of the book, Dealing with People You Can't Stand. Well, he visited with us last year at the Project Leadership Institute, and he's back. And he's going to hit us with something you folks know all too well. In this book, you know, the big thing that they say project managers do 90% of the time, communicate. But where do they communicate? A lot of them are in dead-end meetings, unfortunately. Dealing with meetings you can't stand. So Dr. Rick's back. He's going to be having a seminar with us on Saturday. You don't want to miss it. And he's going to be talking about dealing with meetings you can't stand. But Doc, what prompted the writing of this book? Was it like a sudden brainwave, or did you really find yourself in some of these dead-end meetings?
Well, I got on a board of directors of my national association, and they were totally in conflict with each other. I mean, I already had, dealing with people you can't stand had already come out, so I was aware of all that. And I noticed some things really quickly about how people got into conflict. First of all, some people talk too much, other people don't talk enough. And then even when you talk, you don't know if you've really been listened to, because it seems like people are more listening for breathing changes and want to jump in and say what they have to say. And I noticed something that happened once, that we started saying, all right, raise your hand. And our president started on a piece of paper, he would write people's names down. Okay, we got Matt, then we'll go to Karen and so forth. And I couldn't believe this relaxation that came over the room just when there was some sort of speaking order. So, I basically created what at that time they nicknamed the meeting magic process, because it magically transformed the meetings and nobody was bumping heads with each other. Everybody was actually listening to each other. And it's a very simple thing, really, and it's not hard to implement because everybody hates meetings. I have never met anybody who says, I love meetings. Actually, I love meetings. As long as I'm running them, I love meetings process. So we're going to share that process, and you're going to be a meeting ninja.
Well, that's really awesome, because in this book called the PMBOK Guide and all the other editions, communication keeps coming up, and we as project managers, we find ourselves in these meetings. We're either coerced into doing these meetings, or we're just into the habit of doing everything in a meeting. I remember being in a company, and one of my bosses, I hope he doesn't watch this though. One of my bosses said to me, hey, don't invite person X to this meeting because he works in meetings. He likes to think in meetings. Don't invite him. So can you give us one quick tip, just one quick takeaway, if someone was not coming for our meeting and wanted one quick takeaway to help them, what would you say to them?
You got to have a speaking order of some sort. You can't just be free for all. And sometimes the speaking order should be fixed, like we go around the room, especially if you're 10 people and under and you really want to hear from people. But if not, you can have a voluntary speaking order, and ideally it's visual, something that you can see. What we evolved is having a whiteboard in the room, and people went like this, and you put their name on the whiteboard, and all of a sudden people are relaxed. They see their turn is coming. They're actually listening to the person, the next person.
Well, thanks, Doc. Appreciate that. For those who want to be part of this, you need to go on down to the website. It's meet.leadershipstreet.com. I'm going to put that on the screen so that you know where to register. You don't want to miss it. We don't get these meetings with Doc quite a lot. Once in a year, he comes around and gives us some inspiration. So if you're one of my students, if you've been through my PMP training, CAPM training, you've been in any of my live classes, I am telling you, you don't want to miss it. This is fun. It's electrifying. You're only getting half of Dr. Rick right now, because he's extremely charismatic and dynamic when he delivers these talk. So
wait till you see the rest.
You got the rest of him here on the call. So for those who are really looking to learn something to elevate their project management game, to feel more in control of meetings, I highly encourage you to go on down there, sign up. And like I said, it's on Saturday this weekend. and it's brought to you on behalf of the Project Leadership Institute. So we look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Doc, for coming on and giving us a quick overview of what you're going to be talking to us about. For those who need a face to the name, here's a website. And there's the book. You can actually go to Amazon and get the book, or you can go to Dr. Rick's website. What's your website, Doc?
drrickbrinkman.com.
.com.
Dr. Rick Brinkman.
Great. So they can get the book from there. They can go to Amazon and also show up to get a double dose of the information. I tell you, his books changed my whole profile and life, because it changed me from being a pessimistic, negative, suspicious project manager to being a more proactive and more positive minded project manager, believing the best in everyone. One of my philosophies that I got from Dr. Rick is everyone is an ally until proven otherwise. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I got that from you. All right, Doc, thanks a lot.
Right.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Forward to seeing you.